So what is it showing on there?
Here,
Oh, that's fine. What is it showing on there?
it's got a place for the StreamYard comments. There aren't any comments yet, and it's just showing the frame of you.
Is it on Instagram? Can you see what it's on Instagram? Check your Instagram, see if it says that.
Oh, Instagram is on this phone. Where's my phone?
Today's gonna be interesting, and also I want to make sure you all can hear me. If you can't, let me know. It shouldn't be long. We have 3, maybe 4 topics that, and one of the last one is one that they asked me not to talk about, but I've got to talk about these SNAP benefits. It's just I don't understand how people are not really understanding what this means, what it's going to look like, and how we're going to be able to help people in the future. It's very important that we're all very aware of what these SNAP benefits are. So we're going to dig into all of that today. It's not showing up on mine. Y'all give us 1 second.
Well, my phone is gone. Did I hand it to you?
No. Mm-mm.
Are you still live on TikTok right now?
Yeah.
You want to talk about healthcare?
Yeah, but I want to make sure we can get it on Instagram too.
Well, it's going to record everything, so we can edit it and put it up later. It just won't be live.
Just go live on the phone.
Okay, and it on StreamYard?
You do it on my phone.
Hmm?
You could do it on my phone. Is that recording?
This is recording and it's still streaming live.
Okay. So what I would say is if we have somewhere to put this phone, I'll just go live from my phone. Or technically I could hold it.
You could hold it.
How does it look if I look at the screen?
Looks fine, because you read the news off your phone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and, did you ever hit the go live on Instagram?
I did.
Okay, and is it doing it there?
It is.
Okay.
So this is there. That's TikTok and whatever.
Mm-hmm. We have Z. I'm going to say this name wrong. Someone says hello, and someone else says you're beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. What's going on? Today's going to be interesting. We got about 6, 7 topics. Actually, a request to join. Okay. If you give me a second, just kind of let me get through a couple of things first, and then we will let some people kind of join into the live. We do that pretty frequently, but today I get a lot of comments about this SNAP benefits and us being willing and wanting to cover SNAP benefits for employees. A lot of animosity, I feel like, towards us doing that, and also a lot of love. So it goes both ways. But for the animosity, I want to put some things into perspective for you. And just, this is my thoughts. What we're trying to do here, particularly at Precious Hospice, is make sure that people have everything they need to function. The question of livable wages is really the real question. And what does that look like? When we're in a place in America, in a major city, where the average home price is $400,000, I think that should be our first question. Like, how do we get there? How do we allow firms to come in and push the prices of single family homes up to where it becomes unaffordable for the average person? Almost doesn't really matter what they make it off. That's the first thing I would look at. The second thing is the idea that the cost of living has gone up so much more than actual wage. If wages are going up 3, 4, 5% a year, how are we allowing real estate to go up? How are we allowing car prices to go up? How are we allowing the cost of groceries to go up? These are the questions that I. You could work with your local food bank to create a program for staff and patients. So we do more than that. Let me just tell you, most of the food banks around here are completely out of food. So that's why we just go ahead and give them the money ourselves. We're trying to, this local food bank idea worked in the past, but today's time, they don't work anymore. So we have to figure out a way around it. But here's the other thing that I want to talk about. I don't want to spend too much time on it. The other part of it is, in America, you all have allowed them to tell women what to do with their life. And I think next, if you're not careful, they're gonna allow us to know and make us choose practitioners or clinicians that we don't want to go to, or companies aren't the best for you. And so where we are right now, you have to get to a point where you're picking your own healthcare providers. I don't care what anybody tells you about this is the preferred provider. I don't care what anybody tells you about this is the best. Everybody at these hospitals gets mad when I say check Google ratings. The reason why I always tell people just check Google, because you cannot cheat that system, right? Well, you could, but most people aren't going to. The idea is that you want to know from the people that they've helped how they actually feel about the help that they got or lack thereof. So a lot of women in America that say that they can't feel pain, they don't know what the pain thresholds are. A lot of women are really just talked down to in that case. And when we talk about hospice, that's pretty important. Majority of our hospice transfers are women. I think we did the number like 80-something% of them. And it's mostly because hospice company A, private equity, owned by a man in a place that no one has ever seen. He never comes to any events, never feeds the community, never does anything for anybody but buys themselves 10 lake houses. That person has to buy your pain medications and they don't want to pay for them. So then they'll just tell you, well, you're not in that much pain. And the reality of it is then we take the patients, we talk to the patients, and our number one thing is we can't tell you what your pain threshold is. We can never do that. And that's one of the things that I want people to start being aware of as you're picking these companies. The other thing that I want to talk about briefly, healthcare is going to go through some extreme changes. You should expect to see a ton of layoffs in the near future. And people are asking, well, why is this happening? Insurance companies are not paying out how they used to pay out. So you used to get net 30, sometimes net 60. We're seeing companies paying out net 120, things that you normally would not have seen. So for very small healthcare companies, they won't be able to last throughout these next 3 to 4 months. Now, there used to be, of course, checks and balances in place that would prevent this, but of course now we no longer have those. So we're kind of stuck trying to figure that out. Not impossible. Of course, for us, we have a huge indigent population. Normally, at least 10% of our patients don't have a way to pay at all. And that's something else that I want to get into is we were talking in the office about 10 minutes ago about more or less the idea of corporate stewardship or the idea of giving back to your community. And during the Reagan era, they started this idea that corporations don't have to give back to the community. Their only true job is to provide profits for their shareholders. I strongly disagree with that. I think profits for our shareholders is the last thing that we should do. I've been very open and honest about that. And I'm the only shareholder. And I believe that I should be paid last 100% of the time. It's very important to me that we're able to provide the supplies, the equipment, the pain management, everything that people need. And then whatever is left, after we fed a couple thousand homeless people a year, then we look at profits for ownership. I know that the average corporation or company would say that's backwards. You should pay everybody and then do what you have left to do that. We don't want to do that. I believe that corporate citizenship or giving back to our citizens is the number one thing that we should do. and making sure that our patients are treated fairly is also a very high priority for us here. The other thing that I want to talk about that is a recurring thing from my nurses who are getting doctorate degrees, from my nurse practitioners, from my physician's assistants, and the separation of MD from doctorate degree. I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to hate me for it. The only people that are truly upset about someone getting a doctorate degree are people that are going to see their industry change negatively in their minds from other people advancing. Let me give you an example. When I think about a nurse getting a doctorate degree, and California passed a law that if you're a nurse and you get a doctorate degree, you can no longer be called a doctor in a healthcare setting. I understand that logic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand that logic because what they're saying is you're coming off as a medical doctor when in reality you are a nurse and you should be treated as such. My thought process is those are two totally separate things. Normally, when I think doctorate of nursing or healthcare administration, things like that, those nurses want to run other nurses. Like they want to be in management positions. They're not necessarily trying to be clinicians involved in nonstop patient care like most doctors are. So it's a totally different discipline. It needs to be treated as such. I don't like the idea of downplaying someone who went to school, got a bachelor's degree, got a master's degree, and decided to go back and further their craft and get a doctorate degree in nursing, only for someone to come back and tell them, well, this doctorate degree in nursing is not important. We don't want to recognize it. I don't think that's right. I think it should be recognized in a way where they're not treated as MDs or DOs, but at the same time, that was never their intention. They were trying to get more knowledgeable in their specific case, if you will, of being a nurse, but more importantly, to manage other nurses. And I think that's super important. If you really want to get into the weeds of healthcare, there's two people that I believe are totally overlooked and deserve more love in this industry. It's nursing assistants, CNA, certified nursing assistants, and nurses. While doctors go to school the longest, they're not doing a lot of the hands-on work outside of surgeries. Our nursing assistants change the diapers, change the bedding, change the chucks, change all the things, and they're constantly overlooked in this industry. Nurses, they're the ones checking on the patient 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a shift. So why is it that we are not giving these people more respect? Nurses deserve more respect. Nurses deserve more respect, hands down. Doctors, for the most part, hospitalists, they're doing rounds. That one doctor might see X amount of people, but they might only see you one time. So I just want to make sure that we're saving space to uplift our nurses. I love nurses getting doctorate degrees. We have a nurse in our office that has a doctorate degree. I'm super proud of her. And you'll be meeting all of our staff sooner than later. I do see now that we have a couple people that wanted to join the live. I'm one of those people. I don't mind. And I know we shouldn't just let anybody join. Hello? Hello? I don't think she wanted to join. Hello? Did you wanted to get?
No, I don't want to join.
You don't? Okay, all right, no problem, no problem. I don't know how to get you off, but I will. You not do it? No, I'm not do it either. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things. The other thing I would tell you, as we're getting older and we're looking at our parents, you're watching your parents age. People my age, I'm 37. I want you to listen to me very closely. You are about to experience, your parents are not going to have enough money left. This is off topic, but I got to tell you this because I keep getting these calls. Your parents are not going to have enough money to function. Back in the day, you used to be able to work on $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month. These same facilities now are charging $6,000 a month for monthly living, housing, so that's food, that's nursing care. This is very important that whatever you're doing, if you're in your 30s, focus on saving money, spending. You guys are going to need more. We're going to need so much money in 30 years just to function. And what we don't want to do is what they've pretty much done is put all of that on your kids. It's not fair to your kids. It's really not fair to your kids because they have to raise their own families. And we want to make sure that whatever you're doing now, if you're working, put as much money up towards retirement as you can. Now you're worrying about the markets, worrying about things like that. The market over time. I'd like to partner with you. Our insights are similar. I have a healthcare software for seniors. So Jennifer, I love that. And while we're here, we're going to talk about Precious Path. No,
go ahead.
we're going to talk about Precious Path. So an EMR system, an electronic medical record. Let me tell y'all what that is. In electronic medical, anytime you go to the doctor, they take notes and they put these notes into this system, and they call it, MyChart or Epic. They have different names for these systems. And so your information goes into this chart, which then you get an app and you're allowed to see that information. But did you know that your information was actually being sold to other companies? Your data was being sold to other companies. You're not getting any of that money. All you're seeing is that you get a free software. One of the things that I proposed, and I've been saying for a while, and we built it out for you, and I believe about 1,000 people are going to get it for free. We're rolling out our own EMR system. An EMR system, Precious Path, which covers you from your entire path, from the moment you're born all the way up until you go into hospice. It's the only one of its kind where you actually have complete control over all of your data. One of the things that we want to do is make sure that you all understand what you're doing when you use MyChart or when you use Epic or when you use any other system. Let's say, for instance, you're in California, you have a stroke. You have a stroke in California on a Monday, you're released on a Friday, go back to Atlanta on the next Friday, you're home on a Monday, you have another stroke. A lot of times what happens to you in California, the hospital in Atlanta actually has no record of that. One, because it hasn't been billed to insurance yet. And two, those EMR systems don't talk because the hospital uses one in California, the hospital uses another one in Atlanta. What we built is something just for the consumer, where you carry all of your medical records along with you all the time. A lot of the issues that we have in hospice when we put people on hospice is like, hey, I have an oncologist, I have a neurologist, I have a regular doctor, primary care physician, and they actually don't talk. And the other one that we see a lot of that you're not going to believe, dentists. It's very important that we have your dental records as well. That is very, very important for us in what we do. A lot of people don't recognize that either, but something else to be aware of. So we built something for you guys, for us, by us, that we're going to give to the first 1,000 people for 100% free. And you own your data. You're going to get discounts on certain items. It's a place, a one-stop shop where you all actually be able to talk to each other as well and discuss openly, if you like, your healthcare issues. So imagine if you have colorectal cancer and someone else has colorectal cancer, instead of you trying to go out and find someone else who has that, or your auntie has it, you can join the colorectal cancer group. And in that group, you guys can discuss what worked for you or didn't work for you. For those who don't know, my grandfather passed from prostate cancer 4 months ago. 4 months, right? 4 months, I don't know.
It's before I was here.
4 months ago. And one of the things that we had trouble with was before he took a specific type of radiation drug, if you will, we said, hey, is this stuff actually going to work? And me being in hospice, I had never seen this product work. Let me just be honest with you. I've never, ever, ever seen what they gave him work. I've never seen it work. I was very open and transparent about that. But at the same time, I was able, because we didn't have anyone to talk to directly, we were kind of at, for more or less, we were just being told whatever the doctors told us. Me being in business of healthcare, I was able to look up how much you get paid for said treatment, which ended up being like $50,000 treatment. And I said, so a guy 98 years old, this type of treatment, too aggressive. I don't think he has the immune system to bounce back if it doesn't work. And I even said prior to him going in there, they're not going to be able to give him a full 6 treatments. And his first treatment is going to be a lower dosage. What happened? He goes in, that first treatment was definitely a lower dosage. And he didn't make it to a second treatment. He passed away. But I believe in my heart that even though the doctor had suggested something, if there was a space for us to go and talk to other people who have had the same treatment or their families, we could have gotten much further in that and helping us make our decision. So that's what we've done. We want healthcare to be transparent. We want it to be a collective effort. We want there to be more love involved, less capital involved. And if we can accomplish these things, there's no telling how far we can go. This is my last thing for today. And if you have any questions, we'll take any of those questions as well. But this is my very last thing for today. As housing continues to go up, the housing prices, particularly for seniors and trying to get into thank you, Jennifer, particularly for seniors trying to get into senior living facilities. This is what I tell you to do. Get you a ranch style house or get one house, 4 people, maybe 3 or 4 people. This is what you, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but hear me out. You all are going to have to consider work from home jobs, because then what you can do is one person, put 3 or 4 people in the house, and you all rotate who takes care of them, right? So me and 3 of my friends have a grandma, and our grandmas are all sick. Put them in one house, and I do it on Monday, you do it on Tuesday, you do it on Wednesday, you do it on Thursday, and I do it on Friday, and constantly rotate that schedule. We can make sure they're watched, they're fed, they have any accidents, we can help them with them, any emergency, we get them to the hospital. That to me is community senior living. That's something that I proposed before. Some facilities like it, some don't. But for me, if I'm you all and the average senior that we see, they're running out of money too quickly. So as they run out of money so quickly, there's no space for them to live longer in these nice facilities. So what you could do is keep your money, move all into one house. As you move into one house, and you all just rotate days. That's my number one suggestion that I've been giving people out of the plate. And that's how it's going to be done. I'm not done just yet. This business of placement services, we're going to start our own placement agency. And I'm going to tell you why. Placement agencies are putting personal care homes and small living facilities out of business. These companies are charging, from what I'm hearing now, 80%, 90%, 100% of the first year of the first month's rent as a placement fee. That's out of control. It's out of control. It goes back to corporate greed. So we have one where we're just doing 60%, and you don't have to pay it all at once. You can pay it over 45 or I think it's 60 days. So it helps streamline your process, helps with your billables, helps with your cash flow. And that's what's most important. I want healthcare businesses to stay in business. That's all I have for today. However, if you all have any questions, I'll stay for a couple minutes and answer whatever questions you have. You can see the questions on there?
I can see them from Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. So any questions that you have specifically, or if you want to jump on for about 2-3 minutes, I'll be open.
Someone is knocking.
Okay. Be totally open to doing that as well. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to kind of come on the live with me. It's something I said I was going to start doing once a week. Putting it into this schedule is because I like to do it from a specific place. But we're working on that as well. But any questions, any questions you all have, the next couple minutes we'll answer them. If anybody wants to hop on the live, you can do that as well. And as we continue to go forward from here.
I don't have questions. I have a comment from Carlin Griffin about Precious Path. She says this is so needed and is going to be a great asset.
Carlin. So Carlin, shout out to Carlin. We met Carlin before.
Not that Carlin. It's not our Carlin.
Oh, it's not?
It's a new Carlin.
Okay. Well, I will say I have a friend named Carlin.
I think.
and Carlin is
Oh, maybe it's Carlin.
executive director of Carriage Crossings in Jonesboro. So if you have and it's just funny, I just ended up talking to you not long ago. Some facilities get it. This is one of the facilities that get it. I have a good friend, someone who was on, I just need more clients. Yeah, we'll just send us a message, Angela. We'll see how we can help you. But for us, that facility gets it. Carriage Crosses in Jonesboro. I actually spoke with the owners a couple days ago. And what they've lowered their price to make it affordable for everybody, absolutely amazing. I mean, it really talks about people over profit. And I'm like, man, if you're looking for a place to go for your loved one, Carriage Crossings in Jonesboro, Mount Zion, perfect place. We have patients there, people that we love there. I've even put people there that I love, so I trust them dearly. But that's all today. If you touched by Angela, what do you do? She said she needs more clients. I don't know what she does.
What kind of clients she's looking for?
I don't know. No clue. But that's all. Okay. All right. I appreciate you guys.